Welcome, everyone. It's We Go Chu Live Wednesday. Chivas to face Toluca in the quarterfinals. Tapatío is getting closer to the final, and Chivas Feminil has clinched a spot in La Liguilla. This and more. Join us. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all the Chiva hermanos y Chiva hermanas around the globe, all the mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chu Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chu Live. Joining me today are our co-host, Gaby Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gaby?
Hi, Robert, and hi, everybody in the chat joining already. I have to apologize in advance because I don't know if I have a massive allergy attack or if it's the flu. I don't know, but I sound like Chucky from the Rugrats, if you know what I mean. And if I have to mute my microphone every now and then because I have a sneezing episode, I am so sorry, but it is what it is. But I wouldn't miss this episode for the world because, again, nos estamos imaginando cosas bien chingonas, and we need to talk about it all. Chivas is finally in Liguilla directa. Chivas Feminil is already in Liguilla also. Tapatío is in semifinals. Everything is beautiful and rainbows and flowers with Chivas at the moment, and we cannot wait to talk about it. Of course, the weekly MVP and a lot of more information. Welcome everybody that's joining the chat, and everybody also in Telemundo Deportes. Welcome to We Go Chu Live. Alfredo, how are you?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Hermanos. Very excited, very happy to be here with you for the next hour. Very excited to talk about Chivas, everything regarding the Chivaverse. Definitely delighting myself to see that Piojo Alvarado goal at the beginning of the show, and delighting myself also watching the team celebrate it because there's definitely a good Chiva vibe. There's definitely, I think we're probably the team who closed the regular season in the best shape possible. I think we're going through a great moment, and I'm also here very excited to say hello to everyone who's watching us on the chat. Big shout out to Curtis Williams, big shout out to Jose Angel, to Oscar Martinez, Daniel Navarro, Leonardo Cruz, Victor Ayala Perez, JD Lopez, Derek Park, Nando Ibarra, Alex. Hello to everyone, guys, and very excited to be here with you for the next hour. Also, please send your questions to the number on screen. Is plus 521 33 26 60 7241 plus 521 33 26 60 7241, and very excited to be here for the next hour.
And don't forget, you gotta connect. We're all excited. Who would have thunk 5 weeks, a month ago, that we would be in the position that we are now? Who would have thunk? Right? But we believed. We've been believing for the last 2 years. It's about time, my friends, for us to get some payback. And we got a little bit yesterday. But before we get into that, remember, you could participate with us on WhatsApp. You can join us here on the chat. You could try to connect through Facebook. We have pases dobles for Tapatío. We have pases dobles also for the let me see, my notes. Sub-16, ¿sí? Sub-16, perfecto, producción, muchas gracias. And guys, just come and join us, please. Everything is coming up roses. As we said before, Chivas Varonil, who would have thought? Chivas Femenil, ahí estamos otra vez en la pelea. We're going to be talking about that magnificent match against Cruz Azul. And Tapatío put their foot down. The youngsters put their foot down and defeated a very, very experienced team. But anyway, we'll get back to that because you know what time it is. What time is it?
MVP time.
It's MVP time.
Yeah.
Guys, tell us.
Someone on the chat was suggesting Licha Cervantes. Gotta say that.
Well,
that would have been good. That would have been good. But I think this is the first time, and here we go with the first big clue. I think it's going to be the first time that somebody does MVP 2 weeks in a row, like back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's the first time.
It is fair to say.
It is the first time. So
yeah,
MVP back to back. You know, if you were here on the show, I'm pretty sure that you were
testing everyone's memory.
Yes, yeah. Yes. So if you watched last week's show, you already know. And of course, he was important and he did something huge in the last game.
Let's just put it this way. Era una calca. It was a copy. Curtis, of course, the tick. The tick Alvarado. Everyone.
Copio.
Let's have some.
Yes. Yes.
And yes, it was our very own Piojo Alvarado. Con una calca copy, almost exact copy of the goal that he had scored last week against Querétaro. And then this week, this one was a little bit more sweet. I'll tell you more about it in a minute because I was not able to be there live, but I have a great story. El Piojo Alvarado. ¿Cómo vieron al Piojo, my friends?
No, it was good. Great goal, from not only the shot and the finish, but also that reception. Yeah, that what we just saw. The reception, the quality of the guy that as soon as he receives that ball and with a quality control, he knows that he's gonna shoot. Yeah.
The pass. Let me mention something real quick before I forget, because I'm an old guy. That pass by Chiquete, okay? He talked about it in the podcast. And we're going to be talking about the podcast of Chivas TV in a little while. But Chiquete mentioned some very, very, very interesting things. He's more than just a guy that wraps on a pair of soccer cleats. But that pass, he saw it. And you know who told him to technically send the ball a few meters ahead, envision it, was El Profe Gago. Pero que, I gotta say,
what a pass. Totally.
Magnificent pass, magnificent definition. This time there was no surprise on Piojo's face. I think that this time he wanted to send it into that corner. What about you, Gabi? What did you see there?
Oh, incredible. And as you were saying, and also, please, everybody, we encourage you to go watch the podcast. We're going to talk a little bit more about this new project. It's not really new, but it's coming back and it's very exciting. It's very well done. But exactly that technical tip, if you will, that Gago gave to Chiquete, like in this cambios de juego, go watch it. But in cambios de juego and how you have to pass it longer, like 3 meters ahead of the player, it was like perfection. If we can talk about him taking exactly the advice and the tips from, Gago was an incredible player as well. And if you can take that exactly what he said and how he applied it to that specific play, it's gold. It's absolute gold. And the way Piojo, the reception, the execution, I think this was technically a little bit harder than the one against Querétaro. Of course, you guys are going to correct me if I'm wrong, but it was farther away from El Área Chica. So it was like with more difficulty. It was igual, like the La Comba. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And he is like in this momentum. And as you said, this time it didn't came exactly as a surprise. I knew he knew exactly what he was doing. Last time he attempted and the combat was beautiful or whatever, but he was like, "Oh my god, I did that." But this time it was like, "Yeah, I'm going for it, and
Yeah, it was
I'm going to do it."
technically it was beautiful because it was a positioned reception, right?
Yeah.
He was able to
Oh, look
push
at
it
that.
to the front, and here it goes. Look,
Wow.
ahí se lo acomodó.
No,
And
that's tough.
adios, papá.
Ooh,
A la jaula.
exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at him, man. He just knew it. He knew it.
In
Wonderful.
the moment of the
And
match.
I want
No,
to
yeah,
discuss
great.
this a little bit in a moment, but look in the celebration. Okay. This like flying UFO flies out of the stands and hits Marin in the back.
And this was something that I was
What the hell?
reading on Twitter, X or whatever it is that you call it, because of what Chiquete said and because of how he explained this kind of an exchange of tactics and strategic moves between Gago and Chiquete. Do you think that's what gave Gago that reaction when the goal came? Like, because it was exactly a pass from Chiquete to Piojo, and the execution, like, it was absolute perfection. Again, I don't want to like it is beautiful from start to finish. So do you think that's why he went and it was like, oh my god, that just happened?
I think
No,
that.
yeah.
What did
He
he say?
probably
He said.
felt fulfilled, you know.
Mhm.
When you plan something and it goes as you wanted it to go, like he probably felt fulfilled. He probably felt like, yeah, it's been worth it. But what we've been practicing, because you know this sort of plays, you get to see it on the match, but they practice it over and over again throughout the week, and you
Yeah.
know it's part of the admiration that I personally have for this level of professionalism and you know these top level guys. It's just fantastic, the level that modern football has reached,
You-
and you can see it in this play, you know, all throughout the match. But this, because it is a goal, you can totally see where we have gotten to, which is huge.
And he's going to
Yes.
we're going to have a clip of the press conference after that game, exactly. And yeah, a lot of people were saying that he was crying because he got emotional because of the and I don't know if that is exactly true, but it looks like he was like, okay, that happened, so what are we doing next? What is going to happen next? Like, I think at that moment he was like, okay, we're in Liguilla, like this is happening
Right. Exactly.
right now.
Well, I don't know, man. But if he didn't, when I saw that goal, I was in Zacatecas. Okay.
We were-
At a bautizo of my family, and my family is all Atlas.
Oh my god.
Okay. And we were in the kitchen, and I had the game on my phone, and I was watching it. And only Santiago, my oldest son, and I are Chivas fans. And when they scored, my cuñado asked me, "Hey, did Chivas? Did someone just score?" And I said, "I don't know, you know." And I looked at the phone, and then I looked at Santiago, and Santiago and I were just,
Yeah.
we couldn't. And I raised my hand, and I said, "You guys, I'll be right back." And I went into the yard, and I think everyone thought they were killing somebody out there because I let out the largest howl. You know, I was like, "What?"
Right.
Because I did it for Gago, okay? Because he
Right.
couldn't do it, I had to do it for him. It was beautiful. Hey guys, why don't let's just start talking about Varonil, no? Let's talk about
yeah.
the game because we're already in it. Piojo Alvarado, dos veces MVP esta temporada. My brother, man. And don't
Yeah.
forget, we have big news. We got codes. Piojo
Yes.
is going to be on a podcast. Breaking
Prince.
news, right? It's going to be later
Tomorrow's-
on.
Tomorrow's episode of it.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow's episode. You want to watch it? You want to watch it for free? Keep your eyes on the screen because we will be having codes. And you can also watch it, obviously, on all the other social networks.
It's on
But
YouTube.
everybody. It's
And yeah,
on
the
YouTube.
podcast, we already had Ricardo Marin, Chiquete, Ruby Soto. That was
Yesterday.
it aired yesterday, and tomorrow is Piojo Alvarado. And what I've heard is that it's exquisite. Like, it's so fun. So
Oh, no.
please go watch on YouTube. You can watch already the 3 episodes that are uploaded, and please join us in the show. Again, if you want to come here and talk to us and tell us what you think about El Clásico Tapatío, about Chivas Femenil, or whatever it is that you want to talk about, please come. And you can get codes for Chivas TV to get 1 month free of Chivas TV. And you can get also tickets to Tapatío, right? Like invitations, because remember, Tapatío games are closed doors, but you can get invitations to go watch Tapatío's game. So if you want that, you have to come to the show, because how do you say this, Robert? If it's free,
it's for me.
Right?
If it's free, it's for me. And those matches are also much more interesting because you're not with the whole crowd out there. You're able to see it. You hear the people yelling. It's a little bit more of the amateur level. So, but it's fun. It's fun to hear what everybody is talking about down there on the pitch. And talking about the pitch, Alfredo, what did you think of the game on Saturday? What's your first impressions? Where did we take advantage of this team?
I think that, Chivas at the end of the day showed that it was the team that required the win. I think that Chivas also showed off the great momentum that the team is going through, because at the end of the day, it's a Clásico Tapatío. You were tied at 0-0 with less than 20 minutes left to play. But at the end of the day, I think that the team showed off that in that play between Chiquete and Alvarado, we saw that the team is going through a sweet moment in the sense that they're confident that they're going to pull it through. It's like these teams that are winning a lot of games in the last minutes. It's not the case of Chivas, but the team has the confidence and the conviction of permitting itself to believe so. So I think that it spoke well. It had a little extra spice for it being a Clásico and Atlas wanting to ruin the party at their place. So I think that it was a good taste for what's ahead, not only football, sporting wise, but also on the emotional level. It's good that Chivas finished with such a heavy game at the end of the day. It's Clásico Tapatío. So I'm glad that Chivas finished off the regular season under high pressure because they can keep it up throughout Liguilla,
And Gabi, do you think this is it for Chivas? Have we reached our ceiling? Are we at our limit? Or is it just the beginning? Because we've been saying they've been playing dirty.
Yeah.
The first part of the match was difficult. But do you think we've reached our ceiling?
No. I think we're expecting huge things from this team. Again, I love talking about what we've talked about in past episodes, because in some way we kind of predicted something like this, because we've been saying that, first of all, Gago is finally feeling very comfortable with a specific lineup and a specific startup line, and that shows right now. He's gaining confidence. The players are gaining a lot of confidence. And most importantly, I think they know exactly, and they knew exactly, since Gago said we have 4 finals ahead. I mean, excluding the Monterrey game, that it was like, I think that was the beginning of this incredible new phase of Chivas, and this gaining their power back, if you will, with las 4 finales después, ¿no? So I think they knew exactly what was at stake. Like, if we win this game, we are in Liguilla Directa. Like, we need to do this exactly like this. And again, playing it smart. Maybe it's not the most spectacular. We've been seeing, hold on, like we've been seeing at least in the last 2 games, like 3 spectacular goals that you can say like, okay, so this is it. Like, this is the way. But it's not necessarily a spectacular game from start to finish. Gago himself said it. It's not been the best 10 minutes, the best first 20 minutes. Like, it was rough at the beginning, especially with Pachuca. But we have to go back to the fact that they know exactly what was at stake. And exactly, it's a Clásico Tapatío. You win these games. No hay de otra. You have to win them. But especially because what was happening, regardless of what other teams were doing. If you had this win in El Estadio Jalisco, you were in. And I think one of the most important things that Chivas was trying to avoid was the play-in situation. Yeah. Because, like, it's a toss, and right now you can rest a little bit and you can regroup. And Gago has, like, absolutely every reason to think that this team is expecting to do great things going forward. So again, going back to the game, I think it was good. It was like rough in the first couple of minutes, but I think more than with Querétaro, that was the last game. I think this one was pretty more manageable from the beginning. Atlas, I'm sorry, and it's not because it's Atlas, but they had absolutely nothing to lose. And we talked about this exactly in the last episode, that exactly these kind of teams that have absolutely nothing to win come like in this kind of beast mode. But I don't think this was the case with Atlas. So Chivas did their thing. They won it. Like again, Tala is with a clean sheet again. So I think that is very important again for the team and for the numbers and whatnot. So overall, they played it smart. Again, not spectacular, but smart. Smart enough. It's enough.
So those changes in the defense, Alfredo, do you think the return of Gilberto Sepu Van Dijk and the inclusion of Castillo down on the wing, do you think that's been the secret now? Because since those two players have been back on the pitch, we have conserved, I think, zeros, right? Or one goal. Or we conceded one goal?
No, yeah. Since Sepulveda arrived, I think it's only been one goal, and it's been at least 3 clean sheets since Sepulveda got back to the pitch. I think that he's definitely providing, he's definitely making a name for himself. In the sense that you can definitely sense that there's he's got a quality that it's, let's say, above the average central defender in Liga MX. So that positions him as one of the best defenders in the league, and he provides that confidence that he's gonna intercept at the center, that he's gonna be more ready than the striker. He's gonna cover everything well. So I think that his presence, not only on his side of the pitch where he makes the difference, it's not only noted in that part of the pitch, but I think that the whole team overall sees itself benefited from having a great guy down there. It's like, for example, in a team, when a goalkeeper stops a penalty kick, the team feels more confident because they feel that their goalkeeper is safe. I think it's kind of the same that's going on with Tiva, that the team is feeling more confidence in the defensive system. The guys that play as defensive midfielders, the guys who play on the wings. So I think that his confidence is providing more defensive security in the overall defensive system of the team.
I definitely see it, but they're loose. They're looser. Dirty, I'm telling you. It's a very difficult watch, at some moments, because they have to take these risks.
Exactly.
But they are running. They're keeping their lines tight, and for me, that's the most important thing.
That's the
definitely. Look at that. I mean,
and also, speaking about important things, I would like to say hello to everyone on the chat who's watching us, who's sending us messages. Paulina Nunez, we have Tetka Lopez, we have Alicia Valher, Ricardo Alejandro Regalado, we have Eric on the house, Lulu Ramser, we have Eva Ramirez, Jose Israel Perez, Esre Bonilla, Marilu, hello my friend, Christopher, we have Main Torres, Curtis Williams, Evan Ramirez, Jimena, Jesus Omar, Lulu again. So we have a full house. Junior David Garcia. So everyone watching us, hello, big shout out to everyone who's watching us from the United States, from Mexico, and the list goes on and on. Hugo Aguilar, Arturo, Agustin Gonzalez, Juan Carlos Salcido. Big shout out to everyone. I'm sorry if I didn't mention everyone, but we have a full house today. Excited to see all the Chivermanos. Excited
that's
for us
cool
to be here, but
because
for the team doing well,
we have a Chivas.
We have a
code, my friends.
We have a code.
And if you have a code, you have a chance to take a look at all of the awesome material, both in Spanish, English, or whatever language, on the Chivas accounts. Here it is. What's the code?
HACC.
Come on, quickly.
YC.
Where is it? You lost it.
What?
What?
Wait,
Repeat. I'm dictating.
there's the code. There's the code.
Zick.
There's the code. Go on Chivas TV, enter
get
the
it.
code, have a month free of Chivas TV, and you're
My
never
God.
gonna. Yeah, you're never leaving it. You're never leaving.
Yes, you'll never stay away with that code. You guys
There's a
will have
code.
to get in there. Please do. Please do. So,
It's 1 month.
In the end.
Chivas TV.
it's 1 month of
Gives you-
Chivas TV.
No, yeah. Oh, and it's the best time of the year for that,
Why?
because Chivas TV permits you watch all the entire Liguilla Femenil and Varonil. So the entire Liguilla, the entire playoffs on Chivas TV.
That's right. But what if you're in the United States, Gabi?
Oh, if you're in the United States, please watch through La Casa de las Chivas en los Estados Unidos, Telemundo Deportes, Universo, and Peacock.
And hello to everyone watching us there as well.
Yes.
That's
Hello,
right.
Alabama.
But
And also you can watch La Previa, Noti Chivas, El Palco, Liguilla Femenil, Varonil. You can watch absolutely everything. Detrás del Rebaño, of course. Please watch everything 1 month for free if you redeem the code. Or you can come join us and you can get another code. Come on.
yeah, and you could get it for free. And you can watch Chivas win the 13
On Chivas TV.
in the comfort of your own home. No? O sea, ¿qué más quieren?
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
And La Liguilla. Where? Who? What?
we have a Toluca fan in the chat.
What?
Hi.
Oh,
Se la
hello.
van a pelar.
That's
No,
new.
we don't like chorizo. We don't like chorizo. That's for you guys. Chorizo verde, chorizo rojo. It's okay. Bienvenido, Toluco. Anyway, as we were saying before we were so rudely interrupted, our rival, synchronicity, is El Toluca. So what's up, guys? What's going to happen there? What is going to happen, guys, in the chat?
It's gonna be electric.
El Toluco ya dijo lo que él piensa. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Yeah, it's going to be a good match. Are we going to win?
I think that El Toluco is pretending to be more confident than what he really is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yep. Subconsciously speaking.
And subconsciously, right.
Let's talk about the conscience from the center of our Chivaverse. Las palabras del maestro Fernando Gago.
A ver, hoy logramos un objetivo que era uno de los que nos propusimos antes de iniciar el campeonato, de clasificar, de tener la posibilidad de ya entrar directos, y eso es muy importante. Además de la racha de victorias que venimos teniendo, también el funcionamiento es muy bueno. Hoy los chicos hicieron un partido impresionante, más en un clásico, y cómo lo jugaron, la verdad que me voy muy, muy contento.
Gracias, Paula. ¿Qué tal? Fernando Jesús Bernal de ESPN. ¿Cómo te sientes tú en lo personal de alcanzar precisamente este logro que se vio complicado hasta un minuto antes de que salieran a la cancha? Ya el empate Mazatlán les abrió la puerta ganando este partido. ¿Cómo te deja haber alcanzado esa parte de clasificar? Y también la actuación de Roberto Alvarado en los últimos juegos, ¿qué opinión te merece?
A ver, vuelvo a repetir lo mismo que dije previo a toda esta seguilla de partidos que venimos teniendo. Lo consideramos cada partido una final, y a partir de eso sabíamos que íbamos a depender de algunos resultados, pero siempre si nosotros hacíamos lo que teníamos que hacer, la consecuencia iba a llegar. Entonces estábamos convencidos de eso. Hoy, previo al partido, sí que hay un resultado que nos favorece, pero también la cabeza estaba puesta en el partido. No estábamos pendientes de un resultado, no. Obviamente que sí, pero no hoy en el inicio del partido, porque había un montón de factores para jugar un partido de hoy. Era un clásico, era la posibilidad de ganar, de seguir con una racha de victorias, de tener la posibilidad, independientemente si no se daban los resultados, de entrar directos. Entonces había un montón de cosas de lo motivacional para poder lograr un triunfo, y vuelvo a repetir, la forma que lo hicieron los chicos, la forma que se entregaron durante esta semana previa, durante el partido, y es lindo ganar un clásico.
¿Y lo del Piojo?
A ver, el Piojo está teniendo un nivel extraordinario, está disfrutando mucho, lo noto muy contento, a pesar de su forma de ser, que es divertido, es alegre. Cada entrenamiento, cada día está como más comprometido, más grande, lo noto cada día más grande de situaciones de juego. Ya al principio por ahí no preguntaba, hoy ya pregunta cosas, y eso es lo lindo para un entrenador, que el viejo esté teniendo este nivel, y además de todo que esté creciendo como futbolista.
What do you guys think about that? He's growing as a player. And again, he is proving us right. Like you said, Gabi, how long have we been talking about this? We've been talking about this for like a month. We had said that game that we weren't sure of was Querétaro.
Pachuca.
Yeah, and Pachuca, perdón. We thought Pachuca was going to be a tie, and look at that. They pulled it through. Now we have these 3 wins. My friends, I'm a believer, right? A Gago believer, a Tibat Tibatman's believer. What's going on? Guti. We never talked about everybody else. I'm sorry. We've been just focusing on Piojo's goal and stuff, but Guti sucked up he was like a vacuum cleaner in the midfield. There was no ball that was, and really, Atlas tried, man. I think they played a decent match, but they were not going to be able to, take advantage. Our team was so loose. Like I said, they're playing dirty, but they're playing well. And what's going to go on with Toluca? What do you think is going to happen? The game, I think, is going to be next week, probably Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's going to happen there? What can we expect? I've been watching Toluca off and on. I think they're the best rival for us. But what do you guys think? What do you think, Gabi?
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting because we have an old friend, actually 2, that are playing right now with Toluca, and that are in a very good momentum also in their respective positions. We're talking about, of course, Alexis Vega and Canelo Angulo, that know perfectly Chivas, and of course we know exactly about Alexis' qualities and stuff, but it's going to be interesting. Remember that when Toluca faced Chivas on regular season, and it was actually in El Estadio Akron, Alexis could not make the trip. He was just recently signed with Toluca, so he didn't travel to Guadalajara. But this time is completely different, and we've seen a very how can I say this? Like, he's like getting his game back, Alexis, and he's scoring goals, and he's becoming a very regular and dangerous player for Toluca. So it's going to be interesting how we are going to manage, in a defensive point of view, those kinds of players and those kinds of attacks. So I think, again, it is, as you were saying, Robert, it is the best possible rival at this specific moment for Chivas. And it's going to be good. We just, a lot of people are actually asking, when are the plays scheduled? We don't know that yet. Of course, play-ins are this week, and after those games, it's going to be defined. But it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. And again, just remind me, in regular season, we won Toluca, right?
Did we beat Toluca?
We beat. I think yes, we did. I'm sorry, production. And actually, yes. Pollo scored in that game. I'm 3-2. Yes, we won that game 3-2. Yes. I remember it. It wasn't home. It was in the Estadio Akron. Actually, everybody was expecting Alexis to be there, but he was not. This time it will be different, and it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be good. But if Chivas can maintain that mentality that we are having, like right now at this exact moment, and it's going to be interesting. And remember, it is the goalkeeper from Toluca, right? It's Volpi, that had a horrible week recently with those 2.
They missed those penalty shots.
Yes, right. But he missed twice, not only once but twice. Yes, and so again, it's not that talking bad about the rival or anything, but talking about momentum and talking about how the team is developing. And Chivas, at the end of the day, has been undefeated for 5 straight games back to back, and having almost a clean sheet in Tala Rangel. So I think right now, Chivas is the team to beat.
What do you think, Alfredo? Do you think then, as I asked Gabi earlier, we have a upward momentum?
Trend. Yeah,
is Toluca now experiencing a downward momentum because they had a great season overall, but recently they've been very intermittent.
Yeah,
what do you think is going to happen there, my friend?
They definitely are not going through the best moment. I remember checking the regular standings and seeing Toluca always at the top. I was a little surprised, in fact, when I saw that they finished third. So they definitely not going through their best moment results-wise. Also, gotta say that that clash that they might be having of a team that is going in such an upward hill like Chivas could eventually cause, Chivas going through a better state of mind throughout the series, and hopefully that makes the difference, because remember that Chivas gotta win this series. A tie Toluca will go through with a tie in the regular series, so Chivas has to definitely win, score more goals than the opponent. Is as simple as that. And I think that being in a better state of shape with versus an opponent that it's going through what's pretty much the opposite can definitely turn it for Chivas, besides the footballing aspect as well. But let's go bit by bit. I think that they're playing the first match at the Akron is going to be very important to see if we can get a slight advantage towards the second match, and hopefully go with all guarantees towards the second leg.
Yeah, and the Akron is huge this season. If you guys have been able to go there, it plays its own game. It's the vibe, it's the noise, it's huge. It's just huge. So I think that's going to be a definite factor in that first match. But I really don't see Chivas losing to Toluca either. We were comparing them to Pachuca, remember? Pachuca, right. We said that was a rival to beat. We have already beaten Toluca, but I think that Toluca is still a little bit, like I said, on a downward curve, let's say, and we are on the upward curve.
Yeah.
I feel that momentum-wise, we have the upper hand, even though we will be finishing the series on their pitch.
Right.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm not being cocky. I'm just being confident from what I've seen. I like my Chivas right now. It's not that, spectacular. Maybe it's not pretty. It ain't pretty, but it kisses good.
Right.
And a win's a win. Marilu was saying it in the chat. Like, a win is a win. No matter how you get that win, a win is a win. And we needed those wins at the end. And Gago said it, we are facing 4 finals right now. We need to snatch as much points as we can, and we got them all. We got them all. And we're in Liguilla Directa. So, yeah, I stand by this. And even though I think Toluca is a very strong team, I think that Chivas right now has what it takes to get to the next phase. Not easy, but I think mentally, physically, like every single part and element is aligned right now.
That's
Robert,
right.
We have something else.
We do. The stars have aligned, and the stars are aligning once again because we have a reporte de la cantera rojiblanca by Marcelo.
Chivermanos, es un gusto poderles compartir toda la información que deben de saber sobre la actividad de la cantera rojiblanca. Comenzamos con la Sub-19 femenil, que a pesar de tener un excelente torneo donde se clasificaron en quinto lugar con 38 puntos y fueron la tercera mejor ofensiva, perdieron los cuartos de final ante las Diablas del Toluca. Las del Guadalajara comenzarán a preparar ya el Apertura 2024 buscando superar lo que hicieron este semestre. Por parte de las categorías inferiores de la varonil, la Sub-16 y la Sub-14 deberán enfrentarse a sus acérrimos rivales para buscar coronarse en el Clausura 2024. Este 2 de mayo, la Sub-16 recibirá al Atlas en el Estadio Akron para jugar la final de ida, y la vuelta será el 5 de mayo en el Jalisco. Parte de la Sub-14 tendrá Clásico de México en las semis, partido que se jugará el 4 de mayo a las 11 a.m. en Gigantera. Continuando con la información, el sábado nos regaló 3 partidos importantes para la continuidad del rebaño en el Clausura 2024. La cartelera rojiblanca comenzaría con el clásico Tapatío Sub-23, juego que los rojinegros del Atlas ganaron por 2 tantos en el marcador. Lamentablemente para esta categoría, los rojiblancos se quedaron a 3 puntos de la clasificación. Por otro lado, sus similares de la categoría Sub-18 dividieron puntos en la última jornada del torneo. Chivas cerró el Clausura 2024 y se afianzó como líder con 48 puntos en un torneo perfecto de la 11ª rojiblanca. Se enfrentarán a los Cholos de Tijuana este 1 de mayo y cerrarán la llave en las instalaciones de Verde Valle el sábado 4 de mayo a las 11:30 am. Por último, hablemos del Tapatío, que viniendo con un marcador adverso en los cuartos de final, supo manejar el partido a su favor y con goles de Luis Rey y Benjamín Sánchez, lograron darle la vuelta al encuentro y firmar su pase a las semifinales. Los rojiblancos buscarán su pase a la final ante el Atlante, equipo con el que ya se vieron las caras en una semifinal y déjenme decirles que en ese torneo quedamos campeones. El tablero está listo y el Guadalajara moverá sus piezas para cerrar el torneo con broche de oro. Por mi parte, este fue el reporte semanal de la cantera rojiblanca.
Very complete report by Marcelo Amorelli and our cantera rojiblanca. Actually, today was the match of the under-18s, and they tied 2-2. So it's all down to the second leg of the quarterfinals. Vamos a ver qué pasa, but it's in the stars, man. The stars have aligned.
Yeah,
it's all falling together.
No, you have 16 and 14 disputing semifinals. So it's a pretty solid performance overall. I don't know. Gotta see if there's a team who's getting so good results throughout all its cantera process.
Well, I heard of them, and there times there was la cantera of across the street, and ours were the balance. Pumas does very well. Cruz Azul used to do very well with their cantera.
Pachuca does well, I believe.
Pachuca does great with their cantera. Yeah. But hey, man, this is the best cantera.
Totally.
Every year, we're in the finals, semifinals. We're making it, and we're starting to see them. We already saw Armando, right, in La Hormiga. We've already seen Gael. We've seen Brígido. We know all those guys. Mateo, right? They're all coming up, if they've had their chances. And I'm sure that soon we're going to see them in the first team. But where can we watch these games? Where can we watch the Tapatío Atlante first? That's going to be a rough match, okay, for Tapatío.
Yeah, Tapatío Atlante. This is semi-final of Liga Expansión. First leg is tomorrow, May the 2nd, if you're in Mexico. This is, I think, mostly in Mexico, these channels. Watch them on either TUDN, ESPN, Fox Sports, Televicentro, or Claro Sports. And the second leg, also same channels, TUDN, ESPN, Fox Sports, TVC, and Claro Sports. So there you have it. This is the word to watch for the entire Mexico. And in the United States, most likely, it's going to be TUDN and VIX. So this is the semifinal of Liga Expansión. Hopefully, Tapatío make it to the final in what will be the second final in 3 tournaments. Remember that Tapatío were the champions 2 tournaments ago, and now they're back in the big dance.
And where can we see Chivas Sub-18 versus Cholos?
So under 18, it's gonna be the game in Verde Valle. So the second leg, it's probably gonna be on the Chivas TV on the Chivas TV platform, but also on the YouTube channel of the Chivas official YouTube channel. So that's gonna be the second leg, Chivas against Cholos de Tijuana, 11:30 in the morning Central Time of the United States. The first leg, actually today, is taking place. No,
it was 2-2.
Yeah, it was 2-2, right? It was 2-2. So the second leg on the Chivas YouTube channel, and there was a tie in the first leg, so everything is open This is Saturday, so support El Rebaño under 18 here in the Chivas YouTube channel and in Chivas TV. Remember, first leg 2-2 tie. Now the second leg is everything in play.
Everything in play, and Chivas is just everywhere. And we have a Copa, right? You were going to tell us about the Copa Chivas.
Yes. Speaking about youth football, we have the Copa Vergara Chivas Cup. This is the 2024 edition, taking place in the summer, kicking off between the 29th of July and the 2nd of August. The inauguration of the tournament will be the 28th of July. And what categories are going to participate? Well, you have the categories of kids born between 2016 and 2013 for soccer 11 against 11. Then you have for kids born in 2014 for soccer 9 versus 9. And then for 7 against 7, you have categories of kids born between 2015 and 2017. And then for the girls, you have 11 against 11 femenil for girls born in 2006 or younger. How can you enroll? How can you inscribir un equipo? How can you enroll your team to this Copa Jorge Vergara Chivas? It's on the www.eventoschivas.mx, eventoschivas.mx, and there you have all the information of which numbers to contact or which emails to contact for further information of the new Copa Chivas that will be taking place for this fantastic, initiative that the club takes place for, its footballers who want to play in the Chivas environment and want to show off their talent, mostly the youth. As we were saying earlier, we have, we qualify it amongst different ages of kids, but definitely a great event in the Chivaverse. Copa Chivas Jorge Vergara, late summer, late July, early August.
The 30th anniversary of Jorge Vergara's institutions. And it's a great place to get seen because that's where the visorías are, right? You see these diamantes en bruto, right? These pieces of carbon that which would, under pressure, will eventually become diamonds. Diamonds in the rough. My friends, it's time to talk about Chivas Femenil because, hey guys, I saw a beautiful goal. I don't know if you guys saw it, okay? But we got to talk about Dana Sandoval. Qué hermoso gol se aventó on Saturday. Gabby, were you able to watch the game? What did you see of these magnificent chingonas? They took the pitch and they took the ball and never gave it back. How did you see our chingonas?
Well, so first of all, I was kind of on the edge because I was like, okay, so we still need to win against. So we had 2 games left, right? We had Cruz Azul Femenil, and then we have Rayadas next, which is the last game of regular season. And until last week, we didn't have playoffs confirmed, 100% confirmed. We needed to win against Cruz Azul, and oh my goodness, we didn't only win it, so goleamos, gustaron, how they say these. Gustaron, golearon y ganaron. Yes, exactly. And it was, there's a lot to talk about. Of course, Dana Sandoval, la Chica Maravilla, me tomé la libertad de nombrarla la Chica Maravilla because everything she does from inside when she comes in, even on training sessions, you can see how happy she is. Again, she makes it look so effortless and she makes it look so easy. And she's actually, and it's going to sound incredibly cheesy, but she's playing actually. She's she enjoys so much the game, and you can tell, and you can show it, but at the same time, she's pretty fearless. And that goal was beautiful, incredible, amazing. Of course, we need to talk about Licha Cervantes, who is back scoring, and we are very happy about that. Ruby Soto is scoring out also. It was an incredible game. And at the end of the day, what was at stake was winning yes CLC, because we needed those 3 points. And Fortunately, right now we are qualified. We are currently in the 5th position of the general table. So everything again is roses and rainbows. And again, Chivas Femenil is once again. I don't think, and production, please help me here. I don't think Chivas Femenil Chivas Femenil has always been in Liguilla, like regardless. I think,
Yeah.
right, since 2017.
Since forever.
Liguilla, like since forever. So it was going to be like pretty rough and kind of sad that this wouldn't happen this time. But of course, and if you watched, you need to go watch El Podcast on Ruby Soto, which is incredible and amazing. And she's so nice. She was saying this, like, we maybe didn't have like the best start of the tournament, but we are regrouping right now. And we needed that motivation at the end to face Cruz Azul and Monterrey, which is the next game, the only game left of regular season. So we can be in a secure spot again. And I'm pretty sure that when I say we, is because this is a groupie talking in the podcast, we need to snatch again those points and be able to play Liguilla as we are used to and compete for that trophy. So I was very happy to see this. I think they played a better game overall. It was a 4-0 win against Cruz Azul. And I'm so happy to see Licha back. I'm so happy to see Dana whenever she's inside the band. Let's remember that this was the first game of Joaquin Moreno as a head coach, an interim at the end of the day coach, but it was his first task, if you will, and he knows exactly what he needs to do right now. Like, it's a game against Cruz Azul, which is already checked. We already won that, and we still have a very tough game ahead against Rayadas. So I think he has still a lot to do and work on. But I mean, for the first test, I think it was pretty good.
I was going to say, for Kino's first, it was important first that we win, right? The leadership is there. We know we have it. And Chivas Feminil needed to recoup some of these players. We got to remember, Ruby, Licha, even Boyi, Caro, they're now spring chickens anymore.
No.
They're not old, but they're not spring chickens anymore. And you got to give them some time to rest. But when we don't have that experience on the bench and off the bench, I mean, on the pitch, is when we see these little lapses. But it's really good to see also that we have the younger players to come and fill. Yeah, they did their job. I loved Licha's goal. Really,
Yeah.
La neta, I felt good because I'm trying to breathe for her. I can see her trying. You know, it takes some time. Got to give her a chance. But hey, responde. Ahí está Licha. She back. Ruby as well. But the youth, Dana, perdón, I always mispronounce her name. Man, she blows me away. She's like so natural with the ball. Look at this. Adios, Nicanor.
Adios.
Ay! Ese le
No, you
faltó
see
el
that.
adios, Nicanor. Es lo que
No,
se
you
le
see
cambió.
that the team kind of connected better between each other. You know, not only the girls that play kind of the same positions, but I'm saying the team overall. You know, the defenders with the strikers, the defenders with the midfielders, the midfielders with the strikers. Yeah, I saw a better overall connection of the team itself.
It has to do with them, what we said about Varonil. They're running the lines correctly. Yeah.
Right.
And people are doing their homework. You know, Gabi also, she had a rough match, but she did really well. She was recouping balls. There's so much.
And
so
talking
much.
about Rojiblanca, I mean, Dana Sandoval, my goodness. And we've talking about Tapatío and how we've seen players of the younger divisions going up to the first team. And we have a perfect example in Dana Sandoval and Kimberly Galicia and all these young girls that are so incredibly young. But you see how they have this amazing chemistry between Caro, Licha, Boye, as you said, that they're the most experienced. We don't like to say that they are old necessarily, but I mean, they are like the most experienced players inside the field. And you have these very young players that are just blooming in Primera División for a few games, and you see them do this. Dana Sandoval, that with very short minutes inside, and with few games actually playing, she already was called up in la selección. So it's amazing to see how these very young players are so fearless. And I know I use this word a lot, but it's that they make it look so easy, and it's like they are enjoying every single moment inside the field. And how, again, and I think Caro said this in an interview once, like they are like at our level. And what I mean is that they may not be they are very young in age, but in experience and in mentally, physically, they are like at that exact same level. So it's very good to see. Again, we have Boyi, we have Licha, we have Dana. Like everybody is like in perfect um, synchronicity, And yes, it was a very rough tournament overall. So it was a very rough season. We had very hard losses. We just had Pachuca that was very hard to watch, and it was a very hard lot. And we, at that point, we were like, okay, so we need to win against Cruz Azul and Rayadas to consider Liguilla. And I think the first step is like we did it. Like they did it, of course. And we are facing again another Liguilla, and it's going to be incredible. And we just have to wait and see. Remember, one game left of regular season against Rayadas. Is going to be a very interesting match. Thank you. Where to watch? This game is on Saturday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, by the way, at 7 p.m. Central Time. You do the conversion at the time zone you are in. And in Mexico, you can watch it in Canal 9. And in the USA, you can watch it through Telemundo Deportes. There you have it. Last game of regular season, week 17 of Liga MX Femenil. Chivas Feminil is already qualified in the 5th position, and we are just expecting big things from our Chingonas from now on.
And let's talk about this a little bit more. This is a reality check, the game against Pachuca. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And the reality check is sometimes necessary. And Ruby Soto, actually, in the podcast, spoke a little bit about that. Let's listen to what we like most about Ruby Soto's podcast.
No.
Okay, manos. Oh, we liked. Oh man, I liked the whole thing. Actually, she said that. She said that it was an opportunity to, how can I say, renew themselves. Right? You were just saying that, Gabby. Mm-hmm. A way for them to renew themselves, and it was time. Mm-hmm. Remember, a lot of things have been going on this year. I mean, just to talk about Ruby, she got married this year.
Wow,
no,
right?
Yet. She's married in November.
That's a big thing, you know what I'm saying? These guys have personal lives. And I think that's what the podcasts really leave us, that special taste, in your mouth. After you've watched these guys play, we admire them, but then we get to view them intimately. What Chiquete said, Marin in his part, Chiquete I had a certain concept of him. After listening to the podcast, I have a broader vision of him. Ruby as well yesterday, it was an eye-opener because I had never, we don't really know this other side, the human side of them. Mm-hmm. So you guys gotta check in, follow the podcast. Tomorrow, Piojo Alvarado's is being on YouTube. Don't forget. Right.
I think it's going to be a very fun episode, that one with Piojo. So stay tuned tomorrow.
So let's talk about scores.
Scores.
La Chingonas first, and then what's up with our Chivas next week against?
I think we're still having one show before that series kicks off.
Entonces le sacas.
We're gonna say two predictions, one show,
all right.
We have a wild card.
Okay. So for this one, what do you think it's going to be?
For Femenil, no. Let's kick off with Femenil. I think that Femenil is going through a good moment, and let's hopefully see something in them similar to what we saw with the guys. So I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Chivas Femenil this upcoming visit to Rayadas.
All right. 2-0. Gabi, you know it. You know us. You watch more football femenil than all of us. But what do you think?
I think we can win. I think we can. Yeah, we can win to Monterrey. I'm going to go a little. It's going to be dramatic and it's going to be a tough match. And I'm going with a 3-2.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
Muchos goles then.
Yep. But it's
Okay,
it's ours.
All right. I'm going to be the rebel and say 3-1 because I think our defense is what's been improving slowly but surely. And
Yep.
hopefully they won't prove me wrong. We're going to win 3-1. Chiva Hermanos, if you got the code, remember it was Jose Catsons. Yeah. And we have more codes. Guys, come and join us. Probably we're going to be transmitting on the day of the match next week. So,
Right.
yeah, everybody keep sending that Chiva vibe. Everybody out there, thank you for joining us again. Más de 3,000 personas, my friends. Okay?
Amazing.
More than 3,000 people. Thank you so much. Come share your Chiva vibe. Nos vemos.
See you next
Have a
week.
good one.
Next week.
Arriba las Chivas. Enjoy.
A jugar al fútbol no es, para mucha gente no es tan bien visto, no es tan común. Vaya, cada vez se hace más normal y eso se agradece. Pero ¿cómo fue para ti el proceso?
Ay, pues yo creo que mi mamá era la que no quería, más que nada. O sea, y no porque yo vaya a agarrar un mal camino o eso, no. Porque mi papá toda su vida jugó béisbol. Mi papá me metió al soft a mí. A mí me daba un miedo cachar. No, me ponían de jardinera central y venía así como la bola. Y yo según la medía y me caía en la cabeza. Así, neta, yo era malísima. Bateaba bien y corría, pero porque pues corro un buen. Pero neta de cachar y eso no. Yo le dije, papá, esto no es para mí, yo no quiero. Lo intenté en todos los deportes porque no me querían dejar jugar fútbol. Y yo empecé a jugar grande, no, desde chiquita no.
¿A los cuántos empezaste a
A
jugar?
los 13, en un equipo de mujeres a los 13.
En un equipo de mujeres
Sí,
a los
nunca
13.
jugué con niños en un equipo así de que como andan los niños normalmente ahora, con niñas jugando en equipos de 8 años, 6 años. Yo nunca. Mi mamá nunca me metía a ballet, a todo menos al fútbol.